Welcome to my next video series, Daily Diary of Neptune's Pride in the Ultra 64-man player version of the game. I'll be seeking first place and the Conquest badge, this time coming at it from the very corner as the Holy Roman Empire. I started with a reasonable spawn. I've got some very nice stars right on the front lines. I've got some expansion I can do completely uncontested. That's all wonderful. The downside is, of course, I have to deal with and break through one of these three players. Who will it be? We have Mustachio Mario going heavy science early on. We have Shepard, and we have the Matriarch of Mun. Don't know any of these players, or not that I know of. Let's see where we go. And we are at Cycle 1. Let's see, in the first 20 hours, we really just grabbed the nearby stars. I focused on getting economy first. I just pushed that really hard, which is great. Then I got some science. I'm going to focus on industry next. The only place that's one range away is that's not my connected stars is New Rome to here. So I'm just rallying everything to New Rome. So we'll see how it goes. I should get 18 stars. I should get, all these 18 stars and have a good base. Relationship wise, everyone wants to be friends now, of course. I think I would like to take out Matriarch of Mun. I think it's the easiest route out, but we'll see where it goes. Day 2, interesting developments, very interesting. So I saw Matriarch of Mun left his easy, juicy star vulnerable, and so I took it. I took some heavy losses with it. I'll show you real quick. Yeah, so I threw 60 fleets against the 16, lost a bunch, but I got a really good star, and the only way I could go. And then we also had Shepard attack and weaken him. So that was all great, right? I expanded, and then on top of that, I was worried because what I heard was there was a star alliance led up by Bangi. So all these 1, 2, 3, 4-star players were going to all be aligned, and I was worried about that. I'm not a star, but and then they all also had techs. Well, guess what? The cycle ended, and I gave 30 gold to Shepard, and he gave me all his techs. So I'm like, okay. Now, the one thing I did in advance, though, is I had attacked the Matriarch of Mun, who then quit once a few of us attacked, and he procced weapons. And so I spent 100 and, what it cost me, 60 and 60. I spent a lot of gold, a lot of my money here, I'll just show you what I did here. Yeah, so I procced range. He quit when he saw us coming. I spent $120 on for him to give me weapons, and then I gave money to some of my neighbors because I wanted to see which one of them would be willing to work with me. And Shepard gave me like everything. He just gave me everything. A bunch of people went FK. So um, I honestly think they're not very smart because they really shouldn't. And look at, like, they're not in good position. Their economy is like going to be craptastic, but that's good for me. So what I said now is, hey, let's join this. Let's make what I call it, the Holy Roman Star Alliance, and yeah, and so they're all on board. So I will honor that because I think they're going to get eaten up, and that's fine. I'll find some better allies once I get out of it. But I only have one way to go. I don't want to go through them. I have an easy path forward now, and so I'm going to just keep pushing east, rallying fleets forward. Just have to watch my flank a little bit, but that won't happen until range 2, which actually I'm almost done. So by the time my next video, that will be done. So anyway, wonderful start. Could not be better. Cycle 3 continues the good love, good news. The Star Alliance is strong. The players are weak, but they're sending tech, and I'm getting pretty far ahead on a technology. Banking should be making its way. Also, down here, this used to be the AI. Because I was friends, there were 60 fleets that went up here, took over that star. But I was able to come and snipe it, and now I'm lined up for in about 15 hours, 16 hours, I'll be taking over their home world, home star, and then it'll just snowball from there. Shepard, meanwhile, reclaimed his star, is pushing out. I'm hoping he'll be able then just to take this path forward, and I will get kind of this clump down on the southern front. That'll take a day or two. Um, Diplomatically, this player, Oksu, and they force them plus, um, what is it, and Tomosis. They both attack. They're working together. They took this guy out, and they told me they'll be friends for now. So that just means not later. So I'm talking then. So I then reach out on their far side to Yor, who they're not sharing tech with, but who is much stronger. So my play now is finish these guys off, push in, bring in Shepard. We'll start to attack these two players and hopefully get him from behind to go in. Then I'm going to be in a little bit tricky situation of how to expand from there. Maybe I stay along the south and leave him be. The other thing of note is Skilly. If you remember Skilly from when I was the Gray Ghost, he makes a return, and I've been chatting it up with him. I don't know that he knows who I am because I haven't told him, but he's not part of the Holy Roman Star Alliance, but he has been trading tech, and he's trying to figure out what to do. So he's in a bit of a pickle because he's got a weak player here he can take out. He's got an AI here that he can take out. But this guy is strong, and he's going to have a hard time taking him alone. This player is like his southern protector, so he's in a bit of a bind as well. I'm hoping to not have to deal with this and just push out on the south. But that's the other political things going on. And then if you guys remember Alderaan from my Gray Fox game, who was rather unhelpful, I wouldn't mind killing him just for out of spite for not being helpful. But that's it. Oh, I think W is up here somewhere too. Hold on, is he in this game? I think I saw him around. Yeah, where's W at? Oh, he's down here. Okay, so we may make a return appearance with W. So we'll see how that turns out. I haven't reached out to him yet. He doesn't know I'm in the game. So that's it for today. Oh, actually, one other thing. Weapons. I am 5 ticks away from weapons 3. I procced it, which is beautiful. So I'll get a weapons advantage here, and that will help clear out the AI. Okay, that's it for today. Day 4. Not a lot of political news, so the only thing happening really is tactically I was able to take over the homeworld here and the neighboring star. A little bit of a stepping on each other with Shepard and I moving forward. I did ask him to just stay along the north here so he could get bounce up, and he came down anyway, and this is exactly why I wanted to avoid that. But it's fine. I've got 125 fleets coming in that'll help me then just take over the rest of this whole section. So this whole bottom section I intend to take before I engage with Kunsu, which will be the first big test of the game, and Shepard and I, but I should be stronger than him. I'll also have weapons done. I stuck with weapons, so in a day, 1 day, 9 hours, I'll get to the next weapon level, and I'll either be ahead or keep pace with him. So that's the plan. Nothing really new, just some really nice, tactically, two more big stars. I'm going to move on this guy here in another 7 hours, and then from here, I'll get visibility to everything else until we get to the other real player. Here we are at the beginning of day 6. I know 5 kind of happened in between. It's only 20-hour cycles. But here's what's been going on. So I'm sitting pretty on the leaderboard, which is just under first, so the AI doesn't hate me, which I like. I was, as you saw before, I had just gotten onto these 2 stars. I've now grabbed 1 more, and I am within 8 hours of capturing and finishing off the Matriarch of Mun. May he rest in peace. I'm also well on my way to grab a few more stars this way. I'll grab the ones down below. My big group of fleets, the 163, are going to finish off and work their way up here. That'll coincide with my next big batch. I got 43 and 108 that are going to basically line up here and then go in. I am close to having weapons done at this point, 6 ticks away. Shepard's weak overall, but he's doing a nice job with research, so that's fine. But and he'll be cannon fodder here. So we'll see how this fight goes. I'm still like individually slightly ahead of Okunsu, but with the help of Shepard, I think that shouldn't be a problem. Looking forward, then, I've then Okunsu is allied with this guy, um, and Yor basically is allied with a very nice person. So a very nice person has everything in his focus north. Julius Caesar, which is too bad I couldn't partner with him as a Holy Roman Empire, is AFK. His other partners or other neighbors AFK. So at this point, Yor, who I'm kind of teeing up as my next kind of ally, will be pushing into the west. I'm pushing in from to the east. We'll crush these guys in between. I made an arrangement with Yor that I would just skirt along the bottom and that he and I could then push into the southeast quadrant together. Now, I don't know what that does for poor Shepard. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but I don't see a long future for Shepard. We are day 6 and he's at 10 economy. I had 25 on day 1, day 0. So he's just not going to be able to keep up. But I can't attack him outright. I'll just let him wither away into nothingness, is my plan. And then eventually, if I take his stars, that would make me very happy as well. But I'm not going to push that issue. I'm just going to keep pushing east. Anyway, that's the plan for now. Day 7 is the Holy Roman Empire. Things are looking good. Nothing incredibly new. Nothing new politically, other than Skilly figured out who I was. So that's kind of funny. So he's hopefully doesn't rat me out to anyone else. But all right, besides that, I was able to take over this star, which was the AI. So the AI doesn't like me anymore, but it was a really good star. I've got, he's coming at me now with 87, but I've got 170, 102, 187. So that's a lot of guys coming, another 133. So I've got, because I was in the corner, I was able to get a nice little chain infrastructure going early. I've upgraded strategically only the places, even if it's a little bit more expensive, that I'm already along my route. And I'm leaving some of these other stars alone because it's not going to be as easy to get. But I've to route the fleets from it. So the plan now is I'm going to go ahead, defend this attack. I'm going to go ahead and if you see, so I'm going to garrison in. I calculate I only need 50 ships to stay back. The other 110 plus whatever I produce, we'll move on and take this star. This will get me good vision of what's up here, and then my hope is I'll be able to go ahead and take this homeworld as well. And then I start pushing in on Okunsu. So, looking at it, I'm still, 300 fleets larger than him. I'm growing faster. I'm 1 weapon count up now, and I procced weapons again. So in 2 hours I'll be 2 weapons up. So, and if you look at the science, I'm ahead. So he's screwed. He is screwed. And that's good for me because he's actually one of the other stronger players in the game. Like he's 24 star. Like he's up here. And when you look at like these stats, like these are going to all become mine. So I'm really happy that he's strong, but not strong enough to stop me. And his ally's going to be busy with yours. So yay me. We are on day 8, and things for the Holy Roman Empire is going well. We made a big attack on one of the AI's big stars here and we lost a few 132. But that was a big blow. And so I have a follow-up another 208 that'll easily take the star. 118 heading to his homeworld that should take the star, assuming that our friend Okunsu is not counterattacking. The good news is Shepard actually was able to take this star from Okunsu and take about 40 fleets of his along the way. So once we get these two, and how long am I away? This is so 4 ticks and 10 ticks. So by the end of this cycle, I'll have a good wall, and I've got another 190, 103, 170. I've got a nice flow of fleets coming in. Okunsu did all but finish off the AI up here, so everything absolutely will be coming my way. He's been focusing on getting his economy up. I'm still far enough. I was 300 fleets ahead, but losing those fleets evened it up a bit. But with Shepard, between the two of us, we'll be good. And Shepard is sending, he's got some more coming here. You can see 115, 157. So I feel like we should be in good shape. His ally won't be able to help him. I asked Yor, how's it going here? And he said he's in a good defensive position, consolidating power, which is perfect. I want him to stalemate. And then up in the north, Skilly, I've been talking with him, and he's coordinating with the stars to give them a path to attack up to the north. The target is Lord Balcoin. Looks like he's not going to get help from the Frost Lord, but Alderaan is a potential ally in that. So I would like to see Skilly do well this game. He's someone I played with in the past. I actually killed him early and feel bad because he seems like a decent player. So it looks like he might be making some good progress. Skilly is a bit behind, but ooh, I would love that terraforming. Okay, that's it for today. Day 9 is underway. Looking at how we've done in the last 24 hours, I've made progress killing off. I got the arena and the Coliseum now, killing off the AI with really nice stars with 10 Industry 4 science. I've got my reinforcements coming into place on both stars, and I've also launched the attack on Okunsu. It's really not too much, just enough to make him react. He did have a decent amount of defenses in place. He probably could have taken the star back if he would have been aggressive right away, but he didn't attack. And now I've got 6 weapons to his 3. So things are looking good overall. I've got plenty more ships than him. I've got more everything than him. So, and I've got an ally attacking. So Shepard, even though he's weak overall, in the grand scheme of things, with the two of us, like he should take the star. And what I asked him to do is take the northern ones. I'll take the southern ones, and we'll see how that goes. But so my engine is working. I'm going to finish off this AI here, and then really just keep pushing in. That's as simple as it goes. The only other thing of note is around what our blue and red stars going to do with Skilly. I've been wondering what they're going to do. Blue asked the question saying, hey, we need to expand, and Green Diamond's in the way. Are we in agreement, or do we demand an extra route to accommodate all 3? I really don't want them to attack Skilly because I like him. But I basically said I deferred to them because I don't want to seem like I have a vested interest. So I said to defer, and then I just laid out my perspective of the benefits and the downside. So we'll see where that goes. But that's the only other thing of interest. A quick midday update. So interestingly enough, Okunsu has counterattacked across the board. So he had all these fleets that were going at by Shepard. He counterattacked both attacking stars. For me, he's defending the star I'm going at, but his 250 some fleets he divvied up because his vision, he doesn't know that the 115 headed towards my star is going to blow up. So then I counterattacked his counterattack. It was a counterattack. With the 127, he probably thought I'd have to defend, but since these are going to defend his main attack, these 200 will get blown up, but I'll take the majority of these fleets with them. So this will be a weakened star and unable to counter punch on me. So as it looks right now, unless there's some massive amount of fleets, another 100 fleets coming in from the east, I'll grab this star here. I'll defend. This one I need to figure out what to do. Either with the 141, depending on if he's able to, if he gets weapons 4 or not. I assume he timed it up so he does. That'll be either 70 or 90 of enemy fleets if I let it go. I could have a fleet come and hit it the hour afterwards. But the problem then is if he's on the ball, he just leapfrogs from there and starts causing havoc in my back lines, which I really don't want. So I may just have my fleets arrive at the same time and just make sure that's not possible. And then the benefit of that is I also get the star from Sham, so I don't have to deal with this again. I just defend it myself. So anyway, I figured by the next time I do this, this will be resolved, but I just wanted to show kind of an interesting development in the counterattack, although I feel I'm well covered. It's actually to my benefit because it's easier to blow up his fleets on the defensive. Nearing the end of cycle 10, let's take a look at how things are going. Big picture, there is some another contender up in the corner, but we'll worry about that later, much later. For now, we're going to focus on what's happening here. We dealt with the counterattack, although Shepard had a few miscues. I'm picking up his slack, and that's fine. He's continuing to put pressure on up here, which is exactly what we need. I was able to defend as I said I would, and then I was able to go ahead and make a beachhead. I took this star temporarily, and then I lost it, which was fine. And then I'm looking to defend my beachhead. I calculated, assuming if he doesn't defend it, I'll take this star as well. It's just to be a nudge and annoyance. I needed just the rest of my. I needed to keep some fleets back to deal with his counterattack. But now everything's back on track and everything's flowing back to the front lines, and I'm going to overwhelm them. I got 200 fleets heading in here, and now that I have this vision, I see that there's nothing else coming. So I should be able to go ahead and grab these stars, and with this I should be able to, get these. Once I get these four, the rest it's just a matter of time. He'll start popping down. He did get weapons 4. I'm like 16 hours from weapons 7, so I'm feeling confident. Day 11, Holy Roman Empire. Let's take a look at how things have transpired. I have made a bigger foothold, and actually to the point where I'm going to be able to keep these 3 stars I took. I have reinforcements streaming in, and this is the point where I'm just starting to overwhelm Okunsu, and I should be able to take these in the next day. Shepard, as he's kind of predicted, look at the difference in economy and industry. He's just really not holding up and not being very active in his attacks. He should easily have had these 2 stars by now. But that's okay. You know why? Because once I take mine, I'll start taking these as well. So overall, things are looking good. The only other thing of note is up north. So we had Balcoin, who was the second most ship count in the game, but Skilly coordinated with the stars and with Alderaan to hit him, and he just bailed. He was just like, all right, I have no friends, I'm out. So that'll be interesting to see what happens up here. I know the stars were also talking about killing Skilly. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. A quick look at the intel. Total, well, let's start with stars. So stars, I'm already, of course, I'm at the top. Rager and the Tesla Samurai are the 2 other contenders way up north. So that's like late game worries. Economy, I'm at the top. Industry, way at the top. And interestingly, Okunsu was like, for a while, second. He's right near the top. So once I take his stars that he's done a artfully good job of building up, I'm going to like double where I'm at for no investment. So that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. On the science front, I'm way up top. So my early start has been really, really helpful. Ships, I'm still getting up there. There you see Balcoin, basically one big battle and he just bailed, which is, a little disappointing. But you know what? Actually, he had the most ships, but not anymore. So yeah, so that's where it's at for today. We'll keep pushing forward and see how far I could get in the next 24 hours. Here we are on day 13. Things are looking good. I've progressed further east as I thought I would, almost with no resistance. He's basically even retreating a bit. I asked him because just within a couple of hours ago, his partner here quit. That's his ally. And I said, uh-oh, what are you going to do now? He's like, oh, that's part of the plan, which is a terrible plan because if he was saying my ally's going to give me his stars, and then he quit. And he says it's not a betrayal if he's dead. Well, first of all, that's stupid. You can just agree to it. He doesn't have to be out of the game. But second of all, now what's going to happen is you're going to make this AI angry. You're going to not kill my fleets, and you're going to do my work for me, weakening yourself and your ally, so I get your stars and you're weakened when I come and take his stars too. It's just an all-around stupid plan, which is wonderful, and I'm super happy he's doing it. But don't ever do that if you want to win. So here's where we're at. I did move in. I took all these stars, and because I have this, my machine is in place, everything going to the Coliseum from this long chain and this lower branch to the arena, and then I'm just flooding them in. This 81 will die. I think there'll be 7 left when they get here. I do have an 8-to-5 weapons advantage, but not quite enough. But this next wave will finish that off. I'm going to finish off these 2 quick enough. I'm just waiting for that batch to get here. so he doesn't do a sneaky counterattack. But then these two will be gone really quickly. These two within a day. Then I launched up. I want this. This is a really nice star. I accidentally launched on this star the same time Shepard was. I mean, Shepard was idle for like 2 full days. He did take this star up top, but so I'm like, all right, I'm just moving. I'm not waiting for him. Um, but we'll see. He hasn't replied because he just made a move and left. So things are looking good. The other thing politically going on is I was just asking, hey, you see the two monsters in the northwest? Which ones? Well, so there's two of them up there. And then I said, who do you want? So let me just show you. So up here you have, I'm gonna click off that. So this Renew Rager and his buddy Rubik. Those two people are going to be a challenge. They're bigger than us. We're ahead in tech, and that'll be the advantage. So I asked Mario, who do you want to fight alongside you against that? Do you want to fight alongside Bangi? And his answer was no. He would rather fight along Skilly. So I'm setting the stage. I would like to kill Bangi off, get Skilly to swap that out so we'd still have our 1, 2, 3, 4. We might even pull Alderaan in because I think he's working well with Skilly. And then I actually wouldn't mind getting rid of Shepard at some point too. I may be able to just do it myself. Once we finish this section off here, I may just make sure, as long as Mario's okay with it. He's the only one he's the only one even reasonable. But here we are, Shepard. Day 13, you're at 26 economy, not sustainable. This guy 35, just not sustainable. So we need to be less kind and just remove them so we can, otherwise our stars are being wasted and we're getting further behind. So anyway, that's the politics going on. Oh, and I had talked with Yor. He was strong at one point, and I talked to him about being an ally. But honestly, I think I'm just going to kill him too. I think I'm going to take all these stars. I'll keep Shepard around until I have, until I need to do something. I'm just going to be super greedy and take as much as I can. Then I'm going to take, the AI, and then I think I'm just going to go and keep rolling into Yor. There's no reason to ally with him. I'll just talk to a very nice person, and if he gives me grief, I'll kill him too. But I would like just to have, I would just like to be an entire purple blob down here, and then I'll just keep rolling east. When you look over here, right, you got AI quit. Oops, sorry about that. This person here, weak. AI quit. W, poor W, he went AFK. Weak. Oh, actually, he's not terrible, and he may grow. These guys may grow, but there's not a lot. I can really just, if I don't have to share it, I can just be a monster down in the bottom part of the map. So that's the plan. Cycle 14, we made great progress down here in the corner. We've basically killed off this whole area. Couple more that'll go, and then honestly, then I'm done with Okunsu. I mean, there'll be a few of these stragglers, but Shepard actually woke up and started attacking, which is great. And then I'm rolling into the AI now. So here's the issue I had in terms of I have so much, like I've not been in this position where I start back in a corner and had such a great start. So the cheapest economy now is in the 30s. The cheapest in military is at 50. The cheapest science, well, actually I just got terraforming, but they were all at 100. So I really was like, I'm not wanting to spend like 120 on science. And so I really invested heavily on carriers and just building up that infrastructure. And then this turn, right before Shepard sent me the terraforming, I built my warp gates. So I built, this entire pathway of warp gates. So I have that string going together. And then I even built some forward warp gates on those 3 to really just accelerate the speed that my fleets get up to the front line. And yeah, and it looks like, I'm not 100% sure, it looks like Mustachio Mario is killing Bangi and then taking his stars, so that's fine with me. It looks like we will be partnering with Shepard or with Skilly, and maybe Alderaan. I don't know. I'm kind of leaving all this up to those guys and just pushing into the weak AI as quick as I can. Still on the fence on what I do with Yor. Maybe I honor what I was saying and just push east, but if he gets in the way, I may just kill him too. We'll see. I guess I said before, I said there's no downside. The downside of killing Yor is he has a partner here, which again, he's not. I mean, I could kill him too, but he's strong enough that I would rather not get into a battle with another two players, and I'd rather just eat up the AI, and then I'll let Shepard deal with him. That might be a good way to weaken Shepard. So that's the plan for today. Cycle 15, we've made tremendous progress. With those warp gates I have in place down here, I was actually able to finish this off and get up into this cluster of whatever this guy was, and the AI now, and within half a day, pretty much take him out. So, and then the other thing is I've got so many ships up here. Because of the warp gates and how things are accelerated, without going and counting, I easily have more ships in this section than all of your, and I have 10 to his 6 weapons. I know I said I would work with him, but he's miffed at me because he's like, hey, leave me my green lunch, me okay? And then he's like, dude, I'm like, hey, what's up? And he said he's a little miffed that he brought down green, and then I took his core words. Tell you what, he just takes on blue circle, give me some weapons. So I think he's gonna be even more mad because it would be stupid of me not to just kill him. As nice as he seems, there's nobody that's gonna confront me. So what I'm gonna do now, Shepard told me also that now what I feel a little boxed in. So I'm gonna tell Shepard to get this cluster and then push into the Traveler Gibbs. What that'll do is it'll give him position get to the center of the galaxy, up next to Alderaan, and then I'll just take all of this and just push in. If a very nice person wants peace, I'll give him peace because I actually would be okay if Shepard gets this path along his flank and then we can just beat him up together. But otherwise, I'll just push into the southeast. But there's no reason in the world for me to leave him up because I just take his stars. I mean, anytime you can, I think you just should take as much as you can and not rely on other people because then after him, it's an AI. And then there is a little, looks like this little like pink star alliance or pink empire alliance. But again, there's nothing intimidating or 4 weapons. So I'm just gonna go in there. The competition is going to be in the northwest and the northeast, but that's fine because he's going to have my weapons. He's going to go in with Mustachio Mario, who by the way is finishing off Bangi. Alderaan's kind of waiting to see which way he needs to go. If he needs help there, go to the middle. So they're going to deal with Rubik, and that's great because this corner is going to be a problem if we don't nip it in the bud, and I don't have to nip it in the bud. They can fight the hard fight, which is this map. I feel like I've gotten so lucky with my placement with initial partners that aren't great, but they are friendly and gave me techs, and so but they're slow to take stars. Like the stars have aligned literally for me. So I'm just going to try to become as big of a beast as I can. And I'm feeling really good. So if we stop this northwest, in the northeast, there's a few players up here. This Tesla Samurai with working with the Queen of Blades and a few others. But again, in the middle, there's this group, this dude with Myrolus. But anyway, not concerned about the rest of the map. For me, I'm just going to selfishly just push east as quick as I can and take as much as I can. Cycle 16 continues to go well. Big picture now, my allies are beginning to engage. Mario and Skilly are attacking Rubik, and then it sounds like over here, what's this guy? This Skryos is attacking Alderaan. So that's the battlefront up north. I basically told Yor, I'm sorry, but I need to kill you. And he was sad, but understood. I spoke with his partner, a very nice person, and told him I would like to keep him as my northern neighbor. He says he's under attack right now from the traveling Gibbs and Krotos. So what I still would like to do is have Shepard take these stars and then work up this path and then help attack in the middle of the galaxy. What that does is it helps deal with the northern issues, and it gives me all the stars to grow where it's easy. I actually will keep a very nice person as my northern border because I don't think he's threatening. I think he's got another place to deal with, and I can grow faster this way. So that's the plan now. Send Shepard to the center to help a very nice person, use a very nice person as a meat shield, and then just rampage over to the east because I don't think anything threatening down there. And at that point, I'll be so huge, so huge. Tactically, I did finish off the section here. I did jump up to this, jump up here, and then there was a warp gate, so I warp gated to there, and there was another warp gate, so I'm warp gating over here. He's just a newer player, doesn't know he should have destroyed those because it's just accelerating his demise. I have, so he's got what, 2,000 fleets, and right here's, there's 2,000, 4,000, so, that's how that's going to go. And then we have an AI after that. So again, I'm hoping to move forward, warp gate, move forward, warp gate. I've got that huge infrastructure set up. I've got everything in order. Cycle 18, we're down to about the top 20 players left in the game. And I think, honestly, normally I have a much better gauge and read on the map, but I've had such just an easy run of rampaging through the southern part of the map. I didn't. So I'm going to get to that in a second, but just tactically speaking, I'm finishing up your in the corner. I'm working on the AI. Nothing too exciting there. But politically, I wanted to work with a very nice person, and he and I went back and forth. And just to show I'm not just making this up, we had a lot of conversation. And basically where it ended up, and he sent me an image, he's dead. He's getting attacked from both sides, and he basically said, they've been at me, can you please avenge me and take my stars? And I said, I will kill them. I will kill them all. And so he abandoned his stars. He's moving off, and he's giving me his southern stars for free because I was just nice, and he's a very nice person. So there you go. Shepard's wrapping up here, and he's going to start working on the Traveler Gibbs while I work on here. So then the question became what to do with Cryos. And my first thought was kill him, but then I did this. And when I looked at a little bit closer the alliances, I thought Cryos actually may be valuable to me, just like a very nice person was going to be valuable to me. So while I'm individually strong, the rest of my alliance is not super strong. Rubik and Rager and Guava Trader and Scarios are actually, I think, the strongest alliance in the game. And I think this guy's with them too. I'm not even going to try to say his name. So I think these 5 are all one alliance. And I think that's the strongest alliance. I think I'm in the second strongest alliance. And you see now Rager and Rubik attacking Skilly and Alderaan. And actually Mario. So Skilly and Mario is going to confront them. We still have a weapons advantage, but it's down to 1, even though I'm pumping out as much science as they can. I don't know how they caught up. They must have got a lucky weapon proc. Skryos is attacking Alderaan. So these 3 players are attacking my 3 players. I'm hoping that they can prevail. Where Guava Tray looks like he might be heading this way, and maybe these 2 are going to take this alliance. These guys look fairly weak, and I don't think they'll put up a huge fight. In the center, then, I think Lightweaver's actually with this group here, and this red player went FK, but I think they were part of it as well. So I think what I want to do is we'll take out the Traveling Gib, and then I work with Cryos to deal with this Northwest Alliance. And so I'll send a modest amount of fleets up there to help, while I still, this window, this block here, are the last of the kind of the AFK dead players, although I think this red right there is also. But I need to also quickly take the rest of these stars. War Maiden is coming in, and so I so I also asked, like, what are you guys doing? They're, I think, the weakest alliance, and apparently Lightweaver was reaching out to War Maiden to attack me, and he wanted War Maiden to lead the way. So I'm trying to say, why don't I help you and you guys push north? Um, so my goal right now is to finish taking over as much of the AI, that like this whole zone as I can, and then start get a path up this way, and then I'll figure out what to do with these guys later. But we're kind of getting. The game went really quick. This game's gone really fast for me. Not a lot of conflict or really hard decisions. It was just kind of like march through people. If we take a quick look at how we're doing on Intel across the board, Rager's still ahead of me in stars, and now the thing is he's almost done with his easy expansions, and so he's going to taper off while he starts to have a real fight, and I still have this section down here. So I think I'm going to catch up a little bit on total stars. Economy, I've really made it a priority, and I'm, what is that, about 60 economy ahead of the next closest, and double that of most players. So I think I'm well positioned there. Industry, it's just Rager and I that have been kind of going back and forth for a while. And then science, it's just me and Rager at the top. So, I mean, I think he's clearly my biggest competition, which is good that my allies are going to be dealing with him now versus later. Looking at the ship count, again, I'm way up here. Then you have Rubik and Rager. So it's going to be a tough battle for my guys, and I probably will need to get up there. I can't yet. We look at a carrier count, which I think is indicative of how many people, how quickly you can get to the front lines. Rager and I, where's Rubik? The fact that he's so low is helpful because that means he doesn't have all his fleets on the front line. So even though he's got a lot of fleets, if they're not at the front lines, it just doesn't matter. And then, like, if you look at weapons, like I said, I've been leading the way all game. So anyway, that's where things stand. That's the political update. We'll see how the next day goes. Here we are, Holy Roman Empire, cycle 19. We've made great progress in our expansion of the AI. A very nice person has been just a very nice person, letting me expand into him and giving me things for free. So that's been wonderful. And we have Shepper, who's finally moving up into kill the traveling Gibbs. This will be a non-issue. So here's the dilemma of the day. My allies are starting to get decimated because you look at the other leaders of the game besides me, Rager, Rubik. Let's zoom in so I can actually click on it. Rubik. Well, then we also have Guava Trader and Gryos. So all four are attacking my northern allies. And so honestly, they're screwed. And there's not much I can do about it. I will continue to help and I will not betray them. But I can't cut through them. I won't get there in time. The best thing I can do to help them is to continue to expand and get stronger and build up the weapons leads and help them. But the fact of the matter is these front groups are probably going to die. And maybe we can hold them off by the time they get to Mario. But the fact that all four are going on us means I need to rally the rest of the board. So I've been talking with Cryos quite a bit, and I'll show you that thread. It's been a good conversation. I don't really know how much I can trust him, but basically, I said, hey, are we all good? He said, are your allies good? And he's like, I don't think my allies are good with you, but I am, but don't stab me. And so I'm trying to convince him, actually, what I would like to do now, I think, is support my alliance, but they're dead. And I think they're dead. So I need a new alliance. And so what I'd like to do is get in with Cryos, my Rolus, and I think it's, and then Lightweaver, right? That's this guy here. Yeah. So with these three, and now I just did kill one of their allies. So if these three players, and what I can do is I can help Lightweaver get the other pinks, right? So he grows. I help, get them weapons, and then I get Cryos' support in the middle. So that's really, I think, my best bet, is basically try to get the entire southern portion of the map on board. And if I can do that, then my Rollis would roll up this way, and because if I don't, what's going to happen is this group of five is going to win. Rager's going to win. So that's the mission. Keep getting strong in the south, and then do some diplomatic, make some diplomatic moves to get a new alliance on board and get the rest of the board aligned with me instead of against me. Cycle 20, nothing substantially changed diplomatically. I'm still in negotiations with this central alliance. The biggest difference is understanding who they are. I thought it was just these central alliances, but I'm being told, oh no. But these guys down here are telling me, these pinks are saying, oh no, we're part of it. But the central folks are saying, well, they're kind of like, they feed us stuff, but they're not really part of us. So it's kind of a squishy, either I'm being fed lies or they're being fed lies. But these two guys down here, War Maid and Wizard, are kind of a little odd man out. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on with them. And then the other thing that's confusing me, quite honestly, is Skryos, because he's getting weapons from this team, and then but this middle group thinks he's with them. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So I asked, I'm like, listen, if you look at the map though, like I've pretty much finished off the central, and so I'm like, okay, Cryos, what's the plan? Are you with me or against me? Because if he's against me, I'm just going to start killing him. I'd rather not. I think he knows that, but they say they're voting, and I'll know today. So fine. By the end of the day, there's still this grouping down here of stars to collect. I'll kind of get this reinforced and set up. I'll still finish the traveling Gib and move up, try to get him to position. You can see I'm starting to make my pathway up here. Shepard's making his way up here. Aldrin said he's getting attacked by 4 players, and he's basically out. Go ahead and take his stars. So you can see the Rager here is these are all stars that he's taken from Alderaan and or Skilly. Skilly has done a nice job of holding back Rubik. I'm 2 weapons level ahead. It's taken a little time to get to the front lines, but I think that's definitely slowing them down, which is why I've been able to catch up down on the AI. And like when you look at here's the big battle is me versus Rager in terms of tech, and I've been able to really start pulling away because I got it's like a 1.5 weapons lead right now. I've got a nice 140 economy lead, which I can put some more into. I've got it terraforming. We got to catch up on manufacturing, but across the board, individually I'm good, but we can't but this little quadrant can't take on the rest of the world, I don't think still. So we'll see. I mean, I think this group here is on an island too, but it's really like, what's this central group going to do? And I'm hoping that because I'm nearby, they don't side with the Northwest, because if they do, they're going to be the first ones to get killed, right? So it's kind of what's happened to me in the other games where, like, what the heck? Anyway, yeah, that's it. This is where we're at. And the next day, I'll find out what the Central Alliance is going to do, and that means either I've got to just start, churning through them best I can, or make my way and start working on the Northwest Alliance and keep an eye on waiting for the inevitable backstab. And I think with this is probably a good breaking point, because I think early game's done. This is clear mid-game, so this video is getting a little long. So I'm going to cut it here, and then we're going to go into probably just one more video to bring it from this point in the game home. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, click on the link for the next episode, and don't forget to click subscribe for more content.